Hello, dear viewers, and welcome to another episode of Brave Namibia, where we celebrate both the ordinary and extraordinary Namibians. Our first stop today is Oshivarongo, where Esther Kamati chats to Tiljaard Uaputauka, a menstrual health and hygiene advocate.
My name is Tiljaard Uaputauka, and I'm a teacher here at Oroteveni Primary School in Oshivarongo. Apart from teaching, I also double up as the menstrual health and hygiene management advocate for Namibia. I've been for quite some time now in the education fraternity, spending over a combined 16 years of active classroom teaching experience in both government and private school. Yes, I must also tell you that I've moved along and across 14 regions in Namibia, and then this is my 8th school. So on the other side, it will also give you a hint on my extensive grassroots outreach in the field of menstrual health and hygiene management advocacy. So basically, what triggered my whole interest in menstrual health and hygiene management was a situation where I had to raise my sister's daughter. I spent a lot of time with her until she reached puberty, and I had to learn a lot from her, as in realia of physical, observing certain challenges that she would face from time to time. And again, being a teacher at where I started my teaching career at Tiljaard Primary School in Mondeza, Swakopmund, where we had to deal with learners who some at times had to be on their own, with either orphans or from impoverished communities and so on. So you must understand that this spells out a lot of challenges when it comes to access and availability to sanitary products. So that is how I get first-hand information on how to then be able to speak out for them and find sustainable solutions to their plight. So and that is where I find myself in today, as being one of those leading this advocacy from the male perspective. What we do actually is that in my advocacy is that I'm addressing period shame, poverty, and stigma through inclusive education, advocacy, and policy. Now, when you look at inclusive, the term inclusive is very important at this stage. Why? Because with inclusivity, we are including both genders to tackle this advocacy from various angles. And as you can see, a man who is again spearheading this advocacy. So inclusivity in schools, we also include the boy child when it comes to menstrual health and hygiene management, because what you have to understand is that sometimes when girls do menstruate or get their periods for the first time, this happens in classes where we are, in schools where we are. And once we don't include our boy child or the boys in this advocacy, they will be the one ridiculing the girls. And then at the end of the day, due to the strong stigma factor, you will see that our girls do not want to come to school at the end of the day. And yet, if they don't come to school, you know what this means. It means that we are not going to develop Namibia. We are not going to be the nation that we want to be at the end of the day, because our women are lacking or are missing out on education. So let me look at the 3 pillars then. Policy, for instance, we look at policy decisions because we find a lot of gaps in our policies, especially that addresses menstrual health and hygiene management. For instance, we don't even have a standalone menstrual health and hygiene management policy in Namibia. So these are the policies that we want to advise. And then we look at, for instance, education. Now we come to the situation where with my partners we established and developed and published actually the first of its kind on the Namibian landscape, the menstrual health and hygiene management educational comic booklet titled My First Period. This booklet has proven to be very successful, especially with our girls in schools, as an aid or to bridge the gaps in our curriculum. And also in the textbooks that are available, especially when you look at the hygienic part of menstruation, not the biological part where we teach our girls, especially on the 28-day cycle or the 30-day cycle or whatever, but we talk about how to take care of yourself during your menses, what to eat, which exercises you can do, your pressure points, the period tracker, which is very, very important, and also that how to wash, how to take care of yourself during menstruation, the usage of pads, and then also educate them on the reusable sanitary pads. And then this is education. Then we look at advocacy. In advocacy, where service is enshrined, is where we look at the availability of sanitary pads. We believe that we should promote rights or choice-based, should I say, menstruation, where that if one of our girl child wants to use a menstrual cup, she must be able to have access. It must be available and it must be access. If you prefer a tampon, it must be available. But if you prefer a disposable pad that is on the shelf, let it be available and accessible. But if you then prefer a sustainable product like a reusable sanitary pad, it should also be available. So that is actually what we look under service. And also, just to add on, is that I've been busy now on WhatsApp. I collected about a number of life skills teachers across Namibia. We are busy also passing through or developing a booklet, a teacher's booklet that will serve as a resource guide, because many times you will hear teachers calling me from all corners of Namibia. And what I like, these are male teachers teaching life skills. Not some of them are not even life skill teachers by training, but it's just assigned due to internal arrangements, But then they have taken up this course of trying to do better and educate our kids, our girls better. But then sometimes you find that in schools we don't even have enough resource materials to tackle menstrual health and hygiene management. That's why, to complement this booklet, we are also now busy developing a teacher's guide. This booklet is available with me. I have engaged various stakeholders, especially the Ministry of Education, where I have then written to them so that they can also provide me with a kind of support letter for me to be able to approach schools. There are schools already across Namibia that are ordering the booklet, and feedback has been very positive in terms of the material content covered in this booklet. Also, I have received a lot of calls from all corners of Namibia to have this booklet translated into our local languages, and I think that's very, very important, so that we can have this material digested in an appropriate manner that we want to. So the booklets are ready for orders. They are with me. One booklet goes for $30. 30 Namibian dollars, and then what we have to understand is that proceeds raised from this will be used to translate the booklet into our local languages and digital platforms, and also to register the menstrual health and hygiene management movement with our authorities, and lastly to facilitate the process of going for technology transfer through a local production plant that we envisage to set up here in Ochibarongo for social and economic benefits. So once this plant is up and running here, we are going to train and transfer these skills to our own community members, who would then be able to work in this manufacturing plant and be able to earn income as well. And also we are addressing the situation of unemployment in that sense. I just want to urge the stakeholders and so and all parties outside there that this is not a one-man show, or we'll have a one-shoe-fits-all approach. What I was suggesting, and is always of the opinion that better hands, or many hands together makes the job lighter. Let us come out, let us be vocal, let us be visible, and let us work together so that we can reach each and every Namibian girl child outside there. We don't need to do this in isolation. This is not a case. Menstruation was never a case, and it will never be a case. But it is actually a natural process. Also, in that vein, assist our female counterparts in passing through their menses with dignity and happiness, so that they can fulfill their roles in the development of our nation.
Next, we have something touristy to whet your taste buds. Tunohole Mungaba recently visited the Dolomite camp in Etosha, where she met Johanna Daniel.
Welcome to Dolomite camp. My name is Johanna. This is the reception area. Please come in. Let's have a look. We have the courier shop over there, and this is our reception area. My name is Johanna. I'm born free. I'm from Rundu. I actually grew up in the streets of Arandis, but I was born in Kachinakachi, that is in Kabango East. I've been working for NWR for past 11 years, and I opened Dolomite ever since the camp opened. So I got inspired by, I really love working for tourism industry, which is the fact that you get to travel and then you get to see a lot of things and meet different kind of people. So me working for NWR actually made me to like traveling, because I didn't like traveling until I met clients which are from different places and different kind of countries. So now I'm a little bit in traveling. So I would say travel and tourism. Actually where every client come and check in. So basically what we do on an everyday basis is we check in clients which come in. So there will be clients coming and then we welcome them, like welcome to Dolomite camp, and then you show them around. We have a register book where you'll be showing them and then filling in everything, and then we show them everything. But if I can show you around and how our camp is, we can go up. So this is actually the camp. We have 2 toilets in the corner, and then on the stairs I can show you around. We actually live 5 kilometers away from this place. We drive every morning to come to work, so you have to be prepared around 6 o'clock, because by 7 you have to be on duty. If I can just show you around. Please say hi,
Hi. Hi guys.
Okay, we're walking on the stairs, just showing you around how the place and everything looks. It's actually a beautiful place. If you can look around, we have a beautiful view. It's beautiful. So This is where our clients mostly come. We have, this is like our teen junction where we separate our pathways. We got the bar over there. We get the restaurant. Would you like to have a look in the restaurant? We just had our breakfast served. So this is how the restaurant looks like. And then you can come around to look at the kitchen. Bar. Okay. This is the bar area. You can have a look. This is actually the bar area. We got our client in the bar. Good afternoon.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, this is basically it. And this is the fireplace. You can have a look around. Okay, so you're not allowed to bring your families here, but at the end of the day, it's not about you not bringing your family. It's like you have to make your family proud. You have to do that for them. You have to do something to make a living. And ever since COVID-19, I think it affected everybody. So you have to try your level best to bring an income on food on the plate. So I actually would say that it's a beautiful place and everything, but okay. I actually love working here because we get to meet different kind of people. I'm like, we are different tribes in one place, so you get to learn different cultures of the people, and we get to know each other's background and where we come from and how things and yeah, the rest. We have difficult moments at times whereby you receive difficult clients, and you know, in the tourism industry, clients are always right. So no matter how wrong things may seem to be, like, you always have to smile and pretend like everything is fine, because you don't have to show who you really are. You just have to blend it in. But we get difficult clients whereby they say, for example, somebody did their booking and then their booking was cancelled, and it does not show on our system, and then they just show up without us knowing, and then you find there's other clients in a room. So then it's up to you. You have to be creative. You have to come up with something to make them understand. That's like a difficult moment where you are put on the spot. You have to come up with something. But yeah, we always try to make them feel comfortable and at home. And yeah, that's more or less like. Okay. Actually, after working, being in the tourism industry for 11 years, I would say it's a beautiful working experience, and I would want to be somewhere where I would want to have a company, like, I wouldn't say NWR, but just like a tourism company, whereby, because I work in this industry for years, so I would like to have something like that for myself. So I would actually say it is good for you to be here, but I will always motivate people to study, like, have something, and then, you know, nothing can be taken away from you. So okay. So lastly, I would actually say about the outbreak of COVID-19. It has such a negative impact in our industry. I also would say that in other companies, they've shuttered and the employees got retrenched and a lot of people lost their job. But I think this is the only company, NWR, that still has their employees working. As much as we heard our salary cut currently, but at least I would say that we are much better than, and I actually want to thank the top management for doing and for keeping us the job until now. So that's basically it. So the rest, please invite everybody to come to Dolomite Camp. It's a beautiful place. We would love everybody to come here. So that's it. Bye from me.